Welcome to the Bird Chef. Today we're going to be making a southern style biscuits and gravy breakfast with buttermilk biscuits. We have our sausage gravy. We have our fresh homemade buttermilk biscuits. Now we're going to be making our sausage from scratch. We have fresh ground pork. We have half teaspoon salt, 1 clove minced garlic, half teaspoon fennel seed, dash of pepper, half teaspoon cayenne pepper, a dash of nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon ground coriander, and half teaspoon celery seed. Now we're going to be adding the spices to the ground pork. Your choice of spices may vary from mine. I have a preferred spice mix. You might like to adjust your spices to your taste or add some additional spices. And now we're going to integrate the spices into the ground pork by mixing it as thoroughly as we can. This is best to make the night before and let it set for 24 hours in the fridge or overnight. The longer you let it sit, the more integrated the flavor will get into the meat. And now we have our sausage. Next we're going to be making the buttermilk biscuits from scratch. We're going to start off with 2 cups flour, a half teaspoon salt, a 1/4 teaspoon baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We'll give that a little bit of a stir. Now we're going to add a half cup of shortening. And we're going to blend that into the flour until the flour starts to make little flakes. Now we're going to add the buttermilk, and we're going to add it 1/4 cup at a time. As we get the buttermilk in there, it should start to take on a Play-Doh-like consistency. We're going to start off with a lightly floured surface. We're going to take the dough and we're going to knead it until it is no longer sticky. Adding flour as needed. Once we have it to the consistency we want it, we're going to roll it out to about a 1/2 inch thickness, and we're going to cut it into shape using a drinking glass. If the glass starts to get sticky, we can add flour to it. And we're going to be baking these at 450 for 8 to 12 minutes. Now we're ready to make the sausage. We're going to turn on the heat to high. We'll let the pan heat up. We see the pan start to smoke. We toss in the pork. We're going to just chop it up and fry it up until a nice even golden brown across the bottom. We want to make it nice and evenly cooked. We're not going to be draining the oil because we need that for the gravy. Now that we're nice and evenly browned, we're going to be adding 1 tablespoon of flour. For a thicker sauce, you can double the flour. We're going to blend that into this meat to get a nice little paste going. Now we're going to add 1 cup of milk slowly to the meat mixture. You can increase the milk up to 2 cups if you want a more gravy to your sausage ratio. And we're going to mix until it starts to thicken. We're going to be mixing constantly to keep the milk from burning. Now we're going to add seasoning to taste, a little bit of salt and pepper. Now we're going to turn off the heat. Let it sit for a minute. Now that the biscuits are ready, we're going to split them in half, and we're going to put the gravy on top. Now you have a nice, delicious, hearty breakfast. Hope you enjoy our recipes, and if you enjoyed our video, please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.